What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Baddog back with another New York Giants video. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Do me a favor, hit the like button. Helps out the video more. And hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel. That would be awesome. Ring the bell. I do a lot of Giants content on here. Lakers live streams, Yankees stuff, and a bunch of other stuff that you might be interested in. So thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. The day after, man. The day after another absolute massacre and embarrassing performance by the New York Giants. It's just every week I go through 3 stages of the 5 stages of grief. There's no denial here. I mean, the Giants are a train wreck, and we know that. We're not denying that at all. But, I go through the anger part of it as I'm watching the game. I go through the depression part of it when it's over. And then usually, like today, Monday or the day after, it's kind of the acceptance factor. By the way, real quick, I'll be live tonight, 10 o'clock. I'll be going over all this stuff, a therapy session. And again, it'll be a fundraising stream for Toys for Tots. So hopefully you guys and girls can swing by there. Tonight, we'll talk about everything that you want to talk about as far as the New York Giants go. It's just amazing watching the ineptitude of this team, especially offensively. It is just unbelievable watching them run a exotic flea flicker, double reverse flea flicker, and having our quarterback throw the ball 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now, exotic flea flickers are meant to go deep because you're supposed to fool the defense. They're supposed to commit to the run. The defense is supposed to go one way. You're supposed to throw back the other and all this other stuff. And obviously, it doesn't work with us. It's just amazing how poorly this team executes and just how bad they are on offense. Obviously, Mike Glennon has something to do with that. But when you look at Daniel Jones, I mean, let's be honest, guys. Daniel Jones has thrown 45 touchdowns in his entire career. He's thrown 21 touchdowns in his last 25 games. Justin Herbert's thrown 61 touchdowns in just under 2 years. Obviously, we missed on that. We've missed on a lot, but this isn't just this year or last year. This has been going on since 2016. The Giants haven't had a good offense since 2015. We have had different quarterbacks, different coaches, different receivers, different coordinators, different GMs, different linemen, and everything still remains the same. The New York Giants can't get out of their own way when it comes to offense. I don't know why that's the case. Actually, I do know why it's the case. But it is embarrassing to watch every other team be able to move the ball at will, be able to execute a screen pass, be able to throw the ball more than 4 yards down the field in tight coverage. And yet we do the same thing over and over and over and over again. And, this is the first time, I think, since the Raider game that we scored over 20 points. And anybody that watched the game knows those are 2 garbage touchdowns. I got to say, we were down 37-7 with 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, watching a punter that kicks the ball 18 yards, watching a punter on a fake punt when we're down 27-7, throw the ball 8 yards out of bounds. It's like, what is our coach thinking? Like, what are you trying? You're trying something new there? You're working on something here in week 14 of the regular season? This all starts and ends with John Mara. And, I have screamed, I have yelled, I have been ticked off, I've been sad, I've cried, according to some people, whined, whatever you want to say it. And then now I'm going to plea. And John Mara, I know you're watching this, man. I'm begging you, man. End this misery for Giants fans. I want you to listen to the New York Giants fans, John Mara. There is a reason you were booed out of the building in week 3 at halftime when you retired Eli Manning's number, and Eli had to go like this to the crowd. Like, God, calm down. The fans were voicing their opinion. They're letting you know they're displeased with the product that you've put on the field. And again, it ain't this year. It ain't going back to last year. It ain't going back to 2015. This is 10 years of really poor football. It's extremely bad. And not only do I want you to hear the boos that resonate down from the rafters, not the rafters, the upper deck, the stands, whatever, week in and week out when they voice their displeasure, what I really want you to take a listen to is this week when Dallas comes in and you hear that it's mostly a pro-Cowboy crowd because New York Giants fans have sold their tickets to Cowboys fans because they don't want to pay the money to go watch what you put on the field week in and week out. I called you poverty, and you are. You're 2 for $1 poverty. Giants fans are selling you 2 for $1. You're clearance rack material. What the New York Giants have become is a laughingstock. This once proud organization, guys that were proud to wear the Giants blue, guys that bled New York Giant pride. It's no longer a thing here. There is no pride. There is no fight. Every week it's the same thing. Fans are ticked off. Fans are upset. Fans are turning off their televisions or selling their tickets. They're not going to the games. I saw the crowd on television during the Eagles game when you retired Michael Strahan's number and it looked like half the stadium was empty. I want you to actually listen to what's going on. I want you to hear these fans, and I want you to fix it. That starts by getting rid of Gettleman, who's supposedly going to retire at the end of the year, and that's fine. You let a GM come in here, Mr. Mara. You hire a young, innovative-minded GM with a modern day thoughts in philosophy, in football philosophy, and analytical philosophy. I'm not a big analytical guy, but let's face it, the game has changed since we were good. No longer can you win with 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Yeah, running the ball is important. Winning in the trenches is important. But at the end of the day, you need a quarterback that can make plays and be dynamic. You need those guys to win. The Trent Dilfers are not winning Super Bowls this day and age. Okay? That's not happening. You got to find a guy that can make plays. You need a guy. You need to step into the 21st century, sir, and start playing 21st century football. Hire a GM that knows how to do this. Hire a GM and step back. Let this GM make his call on the draft picks. Let him make his call on the coaching staff. If that means Daniel Jones is going next year, so be it. If that means Joe Judge is going next year, so be it. Stop being so loyal. Facts over feelings, as my man Authentic would say. And the fact of the matter is, Mr. Mara, your team is embarrassing. And there's no way you can be proud to own this lousy product that fans are turning their backs on. You want me to beg? You want me to bend the knee? I want the Giants to be relevant. I want the Giants to be competent. I want the Giants to compete again. And I know that I'm not the only one that feels this way because I can hear 70,000 people every week boo. Let their voices be heard of how displeased they are with what you're doing out there. Some fans don't care. That's great. I wish I had that attitude to some of the fans that tell me to chill out. I wish I had that attitude and say, why you get so upset? You know they stink. Yeah, I do know they stink. And I don't expect them to be good, but that doesn't mean I have to like it. You see, when you love something the way I do, I'm not a guy that grows attached to many things, but when I do get attached to something, I will love them for life. I love the New York Giants. I bleed Giants blue. I bleed Giants pride. I've been a fan for 38 years, and no matter how good or bad they are, I will still sit there and bleed for this team because that's what a fan does. You know, yeah, I get upset because I'm sick and tired of the losing. Maybe some of these young fans have never experienced anything really good with the New York Giants. Maybe they don't understand. Maybe they just think this is status quo and they don't expect anything. But for guys like me that grew up in the 80s and saw one of the greatest teams in the history of football in the 86 Giants, watched the greatest coach in the history of football be the defensive coordinator in Belichick, watch a Hall of Famer like Parcells win in 1990 against all odds with a backup quarterback against the two-time defending champion 49ers and the heavily favored Bills in the Super Bowl, watching New York Giant pride do their thing and win 4 Super Bowls and seeing how far they've fallen since those days hurts me as a fan. It hurts my soul as a fan. That's why I get so upset. Like I said, do I expect the Giants to win against Los Angeles, especially with Mike Glennon, a quarterback? Absolutely not. But that doesn't mean I have to enjoy it. That doesn't mean I have to sit there and just be like, oh, well, they lost. I expected it. No, I don't need to be happy with this product. The fans don't need to be happy with this product. There are millions and millions and millions of Giants fans out there that are not happy, and they shouldn't be. So, Mr. Mara, my plea to you is fix this once proud organization and get it back to the historical value that we all know that this franchise is. The Giants being poverty is not something we're used to. So fix it, sir. Fix it. Listen to these fans. It is time to step into the 21st century and allow somebody to take over the reins with a football mind and let them make the football decisions between player personnel, coaching personnel, whatever it takes. You need to step back and you need to trust the person that you hire to do this. You see, all this stuff that's been going on with the bad offense, that's all Mara's philosophy. Because it has been conservative. Pat Shurmur wasn't really out. We didn't have a high-flying offense with Pat Shurmur here either. But this with Joe Judge is ridiculous. And what I'm thinking is going on here is these coaches are just saying, yes, Mara, we'll do what you want. You want a conservative, run-oriented offense with no offensive line and no creativity or deep throwing in the passing game, no risk-taking. Okay, we'll do it to have our job. But at the end of the day, the coaches ain't keeping their job because this isn't winning football. So like I said, Mara, fix it. Bring in a guy that knows what the hell he's doing. Step back, trust your instincts, sign the checks, and let the football people do the football things. And that's all I got to say about it. Mr. Mara, please, I'm asking you nicely. I'm begging you. Fix this New York Giants organization. Please. It's a bad diggity dizzle. I'm out. Peace.